All right, folks, it is Thursday, which means it's time for us to talk about what is opening this week, brought to you by our friends at AMC Theaters. We're already talking about one film this week. We got two more wide-release films. Natasha, what do we got?
Okay, first up, we have The Birth of a Nation. Nat Turner is an enslaved Baptist preacher who lives on a Virginia plantation owned by Samuel Turner. With rumors of insurrection in the air, a cleric convinces Samuel that Nate should sermonize to other slaves, thereby quelling any notions of an uprising. As Nate witnesses the horrific treatment of his fellow man, he realizes that he can no longer just stand by and preach. On August 21st, 1831, Turner's quest for justice and freedom leads to a violent and historic rebellion in Southampton County. Middle school, the worst years of my life. Rafe Khatchadorian, played by Griffin Gluck, has an epic imagination and a slight problem with authority. Both collide when he transfers to a middle school where students are expected to follow the rules.
Middle school, couldn't care less any day of my life. I don't know. Look, it's not just that I'm not the demographic that this movie's targeted at, and I'm not. But sometimes good ones come out and they do catch my attention. I want to see them. I have no interest in this. Hopefully, it's going to come out and it's going to be awesome. I'm just saying I don't have a lot of hope for it. Birth of a Nation. All right. Let's get the elephant in the room. We know there's a lot of controversy behind the camera with this thing. That's not the purview of our discussion here. We're going to try to just focus on talking about the movie itself. And this movie has been getting buzz since its first festival screening. As a lot of people are using the word masterpiece. It's a timely movie. It's a socially relevant movie. How good is the movie? I'm going to find out tonight when I go see it finally, because I haven't had a chance to see the screenings of it so far. I'm looking forward to it. I hope it's as good as people are saying it is. Dennis, which of these movies stand out to you?
Well, like you, I'm not that interested in middle school. I actually hadn't even heard of the movie. I don't know if it's because I've been gone or whatnot. Birth of a Nation, yeah, with the controversy surrounding it, I don't know how it's going to affect people's opinion when they watch the movie, because there was such
or
big...
if they'll watch the movie.
Yeah, if they'll watch it, or if they watch it, if it's going to be tempered, because I remember when it came out of Sundance, there was huge buzz. This is going to be an Oscar winner. It's going to be a front runner. And then there's been some screenings and people have seen it, and I've heard kind of more of, not that the movie is bad per se, but that, it wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be. And is that being affected by what's happening outside of the movie? Are people going in thinking about all that other stuff, and it's affecting their viewpoint of this film? That's what I'm interested in, what you're going to think after you see it tonight.
Yeah, Christian.
Well, first of all, it had nothing to do with the fact that you were gone, because I just found out about this movie in our production meeting. Middle school, that is. And I don't know. I mean, it's one of those movies I kind of hope that I walk into and I go, well, that was a kind of cute, clever movie. Obviously, it's a best-selling series, so maybe they were able to transfer that onto the big screen. We'll see. Birth of a Nation is a movie that I've been talking about for a very long time. And the thing is, they did start screening it, then the controversy happened. They stopped kind of doing a lot of press for it. Then I believe that they screened it at TIFF recently.
Yeah, they did.
And it started to build up that buzz again. To your point, as far as how some people were like, there were some people in the initial run in Sundance, even Scott Mance, who had seen it, said, just okay. It was fine. There were some other people that saw it. But I do think that it's going to be hard. It's going to be very hard to watch this movie and be subjective and to just really look at it and say, focus on the movie and try to judge the art on this one and not the artist. Just try if you can, because there are a lot of other people involved in this movie, that this could be something that needs to be seen right now. I haven't seen it. I want to see it, so I'm very excited to see how it turned out.
Cody, you looking forward to either one of these?
Well, like you guys said, I'd never even heard of middle school. But one of my favorite things is when you've never heard of a film and then you watch it and you end up loving it.
Yeah.
Recently, I saw The Duff. I don't know if you guys ever
yeah.
saw it.
Oh, yeah.
I'd never heard of it. I didn't know what it was. And, Allie and I watched it, and I thought it was hilarious. So maybe it's a pleasant surprise. I certainly hope so. And obviously, Birth of a Nation. I'm a big Oscar movie fan. I watch all those Best Picture noms every year. And, I've been hearing about this from you guys and from a lot of people for a long time. And so I'm really excited to see it. And I have to echo what Christian said. I think that you need to judge the art, not the artist. And so all of those personal things aside, I'm really, really excited to see this movie, and I think it's going to be pretty great. So.
And it's especially important for us to keep in mind, too, when they were having any discussion about this. This is a little bit different from, like, say, a Mel Gibson situation, right? Where Mel Gibson did the things he was accused of doing. He did them, and he was caught and whatever. We don't know what all the facts are surrounding Turner's situation, and so we just have to kind of Parker, we got to take a step back and just take a breath and just try to keep that separate from the issue until we do know what's happened. So, and that's difficult for us as human beings to do.
And also, I would say, obviously we're huge movie fans, and we're, very, very much within the industry and aware of everything. But I think like the general public, when they see this movie, may not put two and two together. Like it's
That's
not
true.
It's
That's
not everywhere. So obviously, like people are talking about whether or not it's going to affect its Oscar chances, which it very well could or not. But I mean, in terms of box office, I don't see it. I mean, what do I know? But I don't see it affecting in the box office all that much. Yeah.
On a side note, Christian, you know who's in the Duff?
Yeah, I do. Oh man, say it.
May Whitman.
May Whitman. Why wasn't she in Independence Day 2? Smart move, May Whitman.